Yeah, I changed. 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 You know I changed. You know I. You know I changed. You know I. Yeah, I changed. Yeah, I changed.
Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how it was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing, die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Tribe of Isupk, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hard, core look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
Give it up, give it up, give it up. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yahweh Shemal Taba Hashem Yahushua. This is Officer Lahab alongside Officer Baaz. We're here for the Sabbath service. We'll go ahead and get started. Each and every Saturday, Lord willing, we will perform the righteous acts that the Lord wants us to, perform, getting ready for the things that we'll do in the kingdom. And today is the day of rest. Today is the Sabbath. And the Sabbath, we're going to, perform these righteous acts of priesthood. All right, with that.
Imagine.
All right.
Need to stand.
Lock it.
Open your aquadum, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the prayers. Start with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakum, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasai 1, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Malakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wathapara,
Wathapara,
La'awalamyam,
Walamim,
Aman,
in English, our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven.
hallowed be thy name. Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debts
as we forgive our
as we
debtors.
forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
Thine is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Hashem Yahushua,
Baba Kushah,
Babu Kusha,
Nathalanawa,
Thalanawa,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Larapa'ah,
Larapa'ah,
Ka Makala,
Kal Makala,
Wakal Marawa,
Wakal Marawa,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazirayim,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Lahakwim,
Lahakim,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Arakawath,
Arakawath,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Bahashim Yahushai,
the
the
Wadaman,
water in English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in the
Yahushua,
name of Yahushua,
please
please
give us the power
give us the power
to
the
heal
power to heal
all manner of
all
sickness
manner of sickness
and all manner of
and
disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the
the
leper,
power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
power
spirits,
against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
to cast them out.
in the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Allahayim.
Wa Allahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matasib Ya'ah.
Alawab Yahana.
Alawab Yahana.
Ha Alawab.
Ha Alawapim.
Ha Saranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam.
Ha Quatasanyanyam.
Ha Koyayoyam.
Ha Koyoyoyam.
Wa Ha Aquatim.
Wa Ha'akwathiam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
The water
The
Aman.
water Aman. In English, bless you Yahweh
Bless you Yahweh.
and Yahushua
And Yahushua.
and Michael
And Michael.
and the angels,
And the angels.
commanding General Yohana,
Commanding General Yahana.
the generals,
The generals.
the captains,
The captains.
the officers, the troopers, and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of
In the
Yahushua,
name of Yahushua.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah,
Ayanya.
Ayanya,
Al-Hahariam.
Ahahariam,
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah,
Isariah.
Isariah,
Isariah.
Isariah,
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Shamayam.
Shemayim,
Wa'aratazah.
Waharataza,
Al-Yathan.
Ayathan,
Lamawat.
Lamawat,
Regalka.
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam.
Ayanawam,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Hana.
Hana,
La'ah.
La'ab,
Yanawam.
Yanawam,
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah,
Yayashan.
Yayashan,
Shawamar.
Shawamar,
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Shamarka.
Shamarka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Tazalka.
Tazalka,
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad,
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka,
Yawamam.
Yawaman,
Hashamash.
Hashamash,
La'ah.
La'ab,
Yakaka.
Yakaka,
Wayarak.
Wayarak,
Balayala.
Balayala,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka,
Kaurai.
Makaurai,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yashamar.
Yashamar,
Taza'athka.
Tazaathka,
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawaaka,
Mayatha.
Mayathab.
Wa'idai
What
Walam.
I will learn in English, I will lift up mine
I will
eyes
lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From which cometh my help.
My help coming from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He will
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not
will
slumber.
not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasha'Allah
that keepeth Yasha'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
even forever. This is Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Dakarash.
Al Takarash.
Wa Al Dashakwat.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabyika.
Awayabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Aimaka.
Ya'irayama.
Yahweh.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Wayatha.
Wa Aitazawa.
Waitazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Marwa.
Amarawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakaki.
Wanakakitam.
Magalia,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ab,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Shem Yasha'ala,
Iwada,
Iwadab,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai Tazawa,
Nawa'ai Tazawab,
Labah,
Labah,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yakad,
Alyaka,
Baryath,
Bariath,
Yakarath,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalya,
Ahalya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagarium,
Gabal,
Wahabgabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wayamawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wayamalak,
Palashath,
Halashath,
Am Yashabi,
Am Yashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashu,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salam,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamad,
Kamadium,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabi,
Kayabium,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan Dara,
Bayan Da'ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nadaya Mawa,
Nadaya Mawab,
Ka'irab,
Kayarab,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Ka Nasayakamwa,
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarashah,
Nearashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawab,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahayah,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Daba Ira Yaira,
Taba Yaira Yaira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Daradatma,
Taradatma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Babasal,
Wapathka,
Papathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kualawan,
Kualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Aja'ai,
Ajai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakapawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya'atha,
Kayatha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kaharata,
Al Kaharatasa in English. Keep not thou silence,
keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
and hold not thy
and
peace.
hold not thy peace,
Be not still,
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh,
For lo,
for lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
lifted up the head,
They have taken crafty counsel
they have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and
against
consulted against
thy hidden
thy
ones.
hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them
and
off
let us cut them off
from being a
from
nation,
being a nation.
that the name of
The
Yasha'Allah
name of Yasha
may be no more in
may be
remembrance.
no more remembrance.
For they had consulted together
But they have consulted
with
together
one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are
thee.
confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites
of Moab
Moab
and the
and
Hagarims,
the Hagarim,
Gebal
Baal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre,
Assur
Assur
also is joined with them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
Brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like a rib
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea, all their
all
princes
their princes,
as Sebah
as Zabah,
and as Amunah,
as Ammon,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of
in
Yahweh
possession.
possession.
O my
O
power,
my power,
make them like a
make
wheel,
them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
fire burneth the wood,
and as the flames set the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flames setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with
Fill
shame,
their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
It's a lot. All right. It's a lot.
Kids.
Somebody out there?
I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
You finish.
All right. O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame
and perish,
perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name
whose
alone
name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all earth.
Yashab, which means to be
No.
seated.
No.
Wapanya Akwadam.
I guess we shot for them. Which one?
La Yashab.
Raya Shala.
Just so here, Yashab.
Let's get rolling. Let's get it. You said 28 and
27 and 10. So
27 and 10.
kind of. Okay. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 27, starting at verse 10 in the Hebrew. Wa'am, Ayan, Lawa, Akim, Wanathatham, Ath, Nakalathwa, La'akia, Abayawa. Verse 11. Wa'am, Ayan, Akim, La'abayawa, Wanathatham, Ath, Nakalathwa, Lasha'arwa, Hakwarab, Alayan, Mamash Pakathwa, Wayarash, Atha, Wahayatha, Labanya, Yasha'ala, Laka Kwath, Mashapat, Ka'ashar, Tazayah, Yahweh, Ath, Mashah. Verse 12. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Ilah, Al, Har, Ha'ibarium, Hazah, Wara'ah, Ath, Ha'aratazah, Ashar, Nathathia, Labanya, Yasha'ala. Verse 13. Wara Ayathwa, Salakia. Wara Ayath, Wa Ra'ayatha, Atha, Yana Asapath, Al, I'm a Yad, Salakia. I'm a Yak, Gam, Atha, Ka'ashar, Na'asap, Aharan, Akayak. Verse 14. Ka'ashar, Mara Yatham, Payah, Bama Dabar, Tazana, Bamar Yabath, Ha'ida, Laha Kodaya Shanya.
Lada Kodashim. Lada Kodayash. Naya Salaki.
Laha Kodash Salaki. Laha Kodayash Naya. Bamayam. La Ayan Yaham. Ham. Maya. Mara Yabath. Kodash. Madabar. Tazana. Verse 15. Wayadabar. Masha. Al. Yahweh. La Amar. Verse 16. Yapa Quad. Yahweh. Alahaya. Hara Wakath. Lakal. Bashar. Ayash. Al. Ha'aidah. End of verse 16.
You stopped at verse, last time you stopped at verse 10.
We stopped at 9. We started at 10.
Go ahead and pick it up in English.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 27, starting at verse 9. Starting at verse 10, Salakia. And if he have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. Verse 11. And if his father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his kinsmen that is next to him.
So, like, I think this is where land or territory, inheritance being that's where we get this stuff these days from people, inheriting land and stuff like that. This is how the Lord decided to distribute the land of Canaan, or modern day, the Middle East. But back then, that's what it was, the nation of Israel. That was going to be the land, our land. And it was going to be divided between the 12 tribes. But this is the law about, I think it's when a brother died, right? When a brother died, who gets to keep his goods? Who keeps his inheritance, his land or whatever? And it says if he don't have no children, you give it to his brethren or his. Read it again.
Starting at verse 11.
Yeah.
And if a father have no brethren, then ye shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him, like of his family.
Right. And if he don't have brothers or he don't have anybody, you just give it whoever's next, whoever's close next to him, that's who gets to inherit this, the inheritance of an Israelite brother or sister. Like, this is how things are supposed to be done. That's another thing. That's why this is so spiritual, because in the Black and Hispanic community, we kind of tend to just sell our stuff. Sell our belongings, our inheritance. We don't look at no value into it. Like, we're not supposed to sell what belongs to us as a nation. But even it starts with the family. This is just going deep, like, into the family. If I die, who gets to keep my stuff is my brother. If I don't have a brother, my father, like whoever, but it's gonna stay within the nation and within the family. Go ahead.
So, like, and if I could, and that just shows you how corrupt America is, because you can have the rich people can just buy up however much land that they want to buy and possess how much land they want to possess and shut the poor out.
Right.
But in this way right here, the Lord divided the land of Israel into territories for each tribe. Each tribe had a certain section of land. And with this being passed down the way that it was, that land would always stay with that tribe. Right. You could never, no tribe could increase its borders. The land would always be what it is for each tribe.
Right. All right, read on.
And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as the Most High commanded Moses.
A statute of what?
A statute of judgment.
Why is it a statute of judgment? It's a statute of judgment because when somebody dies, people tend to fight over what belongs to people, right? Well, the judgment is going to be given by whoever determines that. and this is the law, their judgment, their reward. Who deserve? Who deserve? They too wild. They too wild. Who deserve? Who deserve the inheritance of somebody that died? Like that's a judgment given. Like okay, when you go to the judge and say, whatever. Like that's a judgment. There's no whenever that judgment is given, that's who get like this is the law to say, look, if he don't have a mother or he don't have children, whoever he don't have, you give it to the next kinfolk. That's the judgment. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 12. And the Most High said unto Moses, get thee up into this mount of Abarim, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother was gathered. Verse 14. For ye rebelled against my commandment in the desert of Zin, in the strife of the congregation, to sanctify me at the water before their eyes. That is the water of Meribah in Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. Verse 15. And Moses spake unto the Most High, saying, verse 16, let the Most High, the power of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation.
All right. Read another 7. I'll read 2 7s.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 27, starting at verse 17 in the Hebrew. Ashar, Yataza'ah, Lapunyatham, Salaki, Lapunyaham, Wa Ashar, Yaba'ah, Lapunyaham, Wa Ashar, Yawataza, Ya'am, Wa Ashar, Yaba, Ya'am, Wala'ah, the Idath, Yahweh, Kataza'an, Ashar, Ayan, Laham, Ra'ai. Verse 18. Wa Amar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, Quakah, Ladah, Ath, Yaha, Yahawashai, Bun, Nawan, Ayash, Ashar, Rawak, Bawa, Wasamakath, Ath, Yadak, Ila Yun, Salaki, Ila Yawa. Verse 19. Wahad I Madath Athwa Lapanya Ala Izar Haka Hun Walapanya Kal Ha'ida Wataza Wayath Wataza Yatha Athwa La I Yun Yaham. Verse 20. Wanathatham Mahayadak Mahawadak Ila Yant Ila Al-Yawa Lama Ain Yasha Iwa Kal Idath Bunya Yasha Allah. Verse 21. Walapanya ala Izar, Hakahan, Ya Imad, Washa Al, Lawa, Bamashapat, Ha'a Warium, Lapunya, Yahweh, Al, Payawa, Ya Taza Awa, Wa'al, Payan, Yaba Awa, Yaba Awa, Hawa'a, Wakal, Banya, Yasha'ala, Athwa, Wakal, Ha'ida, verse 22. Waya Aish, Masha, Ka'ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Athwa, Waya Kwak, Ath, Waha, Yahweh, Salaki, Ath, Yahweh Shai, Waya Imad Hawa, Waya Hamai Salaki,
Waya ma what?
Waya Imad Hawa, Lapanya,
Waya Imad Hawa. Waya Imad Hawa.
Waya Imad Hawa, Lapanya, Ala Izar, Hakahan, Walapanya, Kal, Ha Ida, verse 23.
Is it in verse 23?
Verse 23. Waya Samak, Ath, Yada Yawa,
Yada Yawa.
Yada Yawa, Ila
Ayla Yawa.
Yawa, Waya Tazawa Hawa, Ka'ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, Bayad, Masha. That's the end of verse 23. Go sit down.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Hold on.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 27, starting at verse 17 in the English. Which may go out before them, and which may go in before them, and which may lead them out, and which may bring them in, that the congregation of the Most High be not sheep, which have no shepherd.
So even since back in the day, before Christ's time, the Lord referred to Israel as sheep. And he said, look, I need to pick a leader that can lead them into the land, and there won't be sheep without no shepherd. Go ahead.
Verse 18, and the Most High said unto Moses, take thee Joshua.
And Moses not going in there. The Lord was so angry at Moses still for what he did with the rock,
Right.
for disobeying him. The Lord know how to be angry at somebody. And he showed us. Why you think when we're in slavery? Why you think we go through what we go through as a people, as a nation? The Lord don't forget. They said one day unto the Lord is like 1,000 years, or the other way around. 1,000 years is like one day unto the Lord, and that's not being precise. That's just saying that's Black and Hispanic people talk. What that really means is that time is no matter to the Most High. That's what it means. And the Lord don't forget what we did as a people thousands of years ago. And believe me, he don't forget what you do behind closed doors or behind, when you think you're hiding something from the Lord. Go ahead.
Khan. This is the book of Salakia, verse 18. And the Most High said unto Moses, take thee Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay thine hands upon him.
And what does he say? A man in whom is the what?
The Spirit.
What kind of, what is it? What? Is it the Spirit that goes like this? Well, what spirit was that? Was it the Yashkala Bashkala Bashkala? Is that the spirit that the Most High is talking about right here? What spirit?
Spirit of courage.
The spirit of the cry, the spirit of the Most High, like a warlike spirit.
That's right.
The spirit of a man.
That's right.
The spirit of a brave man, somebody righteous. The spirit of a man willing to lead. Listen, blacks and Hispanics, we cannot have weak leaders.
That's right.
We can't have men that will compromise for women, that will compromise for money. We got to have men willing and with the courage to die for this, to sacrifice a lot of your life for this, because that's the spirit of the Lord. And if we don't have men with the spirit of the Lord, we'll never be out of this captivity. And Commander General Yohana is a man with the spirit of the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 19, and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation, and give him a charge in their sight. Verse 20.
And he got ranked up. Joshua got ranked up.
That's right.
He became a general. He became a leader. And they took him to the priest, Eleazar, and he was going to give him the anointed oil. And read him the prayers by us.
That's right.
And he got a rank raise that day.
Serious rank.
We're a serious rank raise. And brothers in here, we get rank raises, but the responsibility get big too. Read on.
That's right. Verse 20. And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may be obedient.
And thou shalt what? And thou shalt what?
And thou shalt put some of thine honor upon him.
Meaning, now people will know that basically that you're like that. He'll be like you.
Right.
It's basically like his reputation, like how how when the generals say, well, who stands up for this man?
Right.
Who stands up for this man, or who a written recommendation? Like that's the UPK. We get this from the Bible. Our spirit comes from the spirit of the Lord, from the scriptures themselves. He clearly told Moses, man, put an honor up, or speak up for him, let it be known that it's here. They need to follow him. Let it be known that he got a written recommendation. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall ask counsel for him after the judgment of Urim before the Most High. At his word shall they go out, and at his word shall they come in, both he and all the children of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Verse 22. And Moses did as the Most High commanded him, and he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest, and before all the congregation. Verse 23. And he laid his hands upon him and gave him a charge as the Most High commanded.
How did he do it? Did he go like this? Bashkala, 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 bashkala. Is that how he laid his hand upon him? No. Meaning that he went in there, took the oil, anointed him, and did the works with his hand to anoint the brother and rank raise him. Go ahead.
Come. And he laid his hand upon him and gave him a charge as the Most High commanded by the hand of Moses.
Like in the Christian church, they don't understand the Bible. They thinking laying hand on you is putting their hand over your head and praying over you. I mean, the priest did the priest work. How we do here, we'll take the anointed oil. We say, brother, do you are you ready for this? Do you want this? This is your time now. You go from a young man to a trooper to a officer of 1,000, officer of 500, officer of 5,000, to a captain, and I don't know if anybody will ever get to a general again, but that you get the point. Read on. Right. Is that okay? That's it. Let me I'll pick up the next 7 verses. Where we at?
Chapter 28, verse 1.
Verse 1. The book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 1. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Al, Mashah, La'amar, verse 2. Tazawa, Ath, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa'arath, Alham, Ath, Quarabanya, Lakamya, La'asha, no, La'ashia, Rayak, Nayakakya, Thashamara, Salakia, Thashamarau, Salakia, Thashamarawa, Thashamarawa, Lahaquada, Salakia, Lahaquarayab, Layab, Bamawa Idawa, verse 3. Wa'amarath, Laham, Za, Hasha, Ashar, Thakwarayabwa, Layahawa, Kabash, Yam, Banya, Salakia, Banya, Shana, Thamayamam, Shan Yam, Layawam, Ayla, Thamayad, verse 4. Ath, Hakaba, Hakabash, Akkad, Tha'aisha, Babaquar, Wa'ath, Hakabash, Hashanya, Tha'aisha, Bayan, Ha'irab, Yam, verse 5. Wa'aishayar, Yath, Ha'ayapa, and then in verse 5. Malath, Lamanaka, what happened? Oh, Salakia. Oh, Khan. Malath, Lamanaka, Balawala, Bashaman, Kathayath, Rabayaith, Hahayan, that's the end of verse 5. Numbers chapter 27, 28, verse 6. Ailath, Hamayad, Ha'aishaya, Bahar, Mayanya, Larayath, what else? Larayath, Nayaka, Asha, Layahawa, that's the verse 7. Wana Sabah, Wana Sabak, Salakia, Wana Saka, Wanasakawa, Salakia, Rabaya Aith, Hahayan, Lakabash, Ha'akad, Bakwadash, Hasak, that's the pa, right? Hasap, at the end of verse.
That's a cut.
Hasak, Nasak, Shakawa, La Yahweh. That's the end of verse 7. Huh?
Shakar.
Salakia. Shakar. Salakia. Go ahead, pick it up in English.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, command the children of Israel, and say unto them, my offering and my bread for my sacrifices made by fire, for a sweet savor unto me, shall ye observe to offer unto me in their due season.
So whatever the Lord appointed to be things done, high holy days, anything that he said will be a day of atonement, anything where a sacrifice has to be made, an animal sacrifice, or just his high holy days, like the Passover, he said, do what? Observe what?
Observe to offer unto me in their due
In
season.
the due seasons, man. We don't keep the all oppressors all oppressors so-called holidays. We follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And if the Lord said keep the Passover on this date, that's when we keeping it. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and thou shalt say unto them, this is the offering made by fire, which ye shall offer unto the Most High. 2 lambs of the first year without spot, day by day, for a continual burnt offering. Verse 4, the one lamb shalt thou offer in the morning, and the other lamb shalt thou offer at even. Verse 5, and a 10th part of an ephah of flour for a meat offering, mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil. Verse 6, it is a continual burnt offering, which was ordained in Mount Sinai for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Most High. Verse 7, and the drink offering thereof shall be the 4th part of an hin for the one lamb. In the holy place shalt thou cause the strong wine to be poured unto the Most High for a drink offering. That's it.
All right. That's the end of what?
Verse 7.
All right.
14.
All right. Let's do the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 14.
8.
28?
No, 28, verse 8.
Oh, 28, verse 8. Salaki. I'm over here tripping. 28, verse 8. What does 7 end? Okay. All right. Wanna suck. Wanasa. Is that the one? Right here? Wanna Sakawa.
Starts with Asha, Yasha, Ya'af, Ya'af, Wa'af.
Oh, Khan.
Wa'af Hakabash.
Are you sure? Verse 8?
Khan.
Oh, okay, Khan. Wa'ath Hakabash Hashanya Tha'aisha Bayan Ha'ai Rab Yum Kamanakath Kabakwar Wakan Sabawa Wakan Saka Wakan Sakawa Tha'aisha Asha Rayak Nayakaka La Yahweh. That's the end of verse 8. Verse 9. Wabayawam Hashabath Shanya Kabash Yam Banya Shana Thamayamam Washanya Aisharanyam Salath Manaka Balawala Bashaman Wanasakawa Eilath, Shabbath, Kasha, Kash, oh, Bashabathwa, Ow, Eilath, Hatham Yad, Wanasaka, verse 11. Wabaraashya, Hadash, Yakam, Thakwarayabwa, Ila, Layahawa, Parayam, Banya, Bakwar, Shanyam, Wayayal, Waalaya, no, Waayal, Akkad, Kabashiam, Banyam, Shana, Shabai, Thaba. Where am I?
Thama Yamam.
Thaba Yamam. Verse what, 11?
Come. Last word.
Last verse of 11.
The last word in 11.
Thama Yamam.
Come.
Okay. Verse 12. Washalash Sha Aisharanyam Salath Manaka Balawala Balawala Bashaman La 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 Lapar Ha'akad Washanya Aisharanyam Salath Manaka Balawala Bashaman La'ayal Ha'akad. Verse 13. Wa'aisharan Aisharawan Malath Salakia Manaka Balawala Bashaman Lakabash Akkad Aila'a Ra'ayak Nayakaka Salakia Asha Layahawa, verse 14. Wanasakai Wanasak Yaham Katazaya Hahayan Yahaya Lapar Washala Ya Wash Lashath Hahayan La'ayala Warabaya Aith Hahayan Lakabash Yayan Za'ath Ailath Kadash Bakadashwa Lakadashia Hashana. That's the end of verse 14.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 8 in the English. And the other lamb shalt thou offer at even, as the meat offering of the morning, and as the drink offering thereof, thou shalt offer it a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Most High. Verse 9. And on the Sabbath day, 2 lambs of the first year without spot, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and the drink offering thereof. Verse 10. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath, beside the continual burnt offering, and his drink offering. Verse 11. And in the beginnings of your months ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Most High, 2 young bullocks and 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without spot. Verse 12. And 3/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, for 1 bullock, and 2/10 deals of flour for a meat offering mingled with oil for 1 ram. Verse 13. And a several tenth deal of flour mingled with oil for a meat offering unto 1 lamb, for a burnt offering of a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Most High. Verse 14. And their drink offering shall be half an hin of wine unto a bullock, and the 3rd part of an hin unto a ram, and a 4th part of an hin unto a lamb. This is the burnt offering of every month throughout the months of the year.
So this is how the Lord wants us to keep the His sacrifices, man. And it's always with a offering by fire, with some wine or some strong drink, and that's what we keep here. That's what we do here in the UPK. This is what the pastor and the deacons and the preachers that never taught us in the church. Now, of course, we don't do sin sacrifices, animal sacrifices anymore, but we still keep the Passover. We still keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We still keep the Feast of, like, we still supposed to keep his high holy days and his sacrifices. Read on. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Pick it up and what's that? Read it. The rest in English.
Okay. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 15. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering unto the Most High shall be offered, beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. Verse 16. And in the 14th day of the first month is the Passover of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17.
That just seemed like it was just yesterday, boys. It's coming back around.
That's right.
It's coming back around. Look, if you want to know an example of brotherhood, you want to get a taste of brotherhood, come to the Passover, man.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 17. And in the 15th day of this month is the feast. 7 days shall unleavened bread be eaten. Verse 18. And the first day shall be in holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work therein.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. But ye shall offer a sacrifice made by fire for a burnt offering unto the Most High, 2 young bullocks,
mm-hmm.
and 1 ram,
mm-hmm.
and 7 lambs of
mm-hmm.
the first year.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be unto you without blemish.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the Lord, the Most High, giving instruction to Moses on how to do this, how to go about performing this sacrifice. Read on.
Verse 20. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil.
Mm-hmm.
3/10 deals shall ye offer for a bullock,
mm-hmm.
and 2/10 deals for a ram.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. A several tenth deal shalt thou offer for every lamb throughout the 7 lambs.
Mm-hmm.
Next set of 7.
Yeah.
Starting at verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 goat for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Verse 23. Ye shall offer these beside the burnt offering in the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. Verse 24. After this manner ye shall offer daily throughout the 7 days the meat of the sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Most High. It shall be offered beside the continual burnt offering and his drink offering. Verse 25. And on the 7th day ye shall have an holy convocation. ye shall do no servile work. Verse 26. Also in the day of the first fruits, when ye bring new meat offering unto the Most High, after your weeks be out, ye shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work.
And listen, the Lord really wants us to not go be servants on that day.
Right.
He wants that day, those days are for him. It's for rest. Read on.
Verse 27. But ye shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Most High, 2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year. Verse 28. And their meat offering of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto 1 bullock, 2/10 deals unto 1 ram. And the last 7.
And now, who's supposed to bring, have these offerings? Who's supposed to bring these offerings to the priest?
The people.
The people. This is instructions to tell the people what to do. This is how we keep these sacrifices and these high holy days. Go ahead.
The last set of 7, starting at verse 29. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 28, verse 29. A several tenth deal unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Verse 30. And 1 kid of the goats to make an atonement for you. You shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 29, verse 1. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is the day of blowing the trumpets unto you.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the feast of blowing the memorial blowing of the trumpets.
Yes,
Coming up
it's
in
coming
September
up.
the 25th.
September the 25th, Fayetteville, man. Feast of Memorial blowing of trumpets. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Most High, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 3. And their meat offering Go ahead, go. Verse 3. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals for a bullock, and 2/10 deals for a ram. Yes. Verse 4. And 1/10 deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. That's it.
All right. Well, like I said, this is how this is instructions on how to keep the Lord's high holy days and the sacrifices. You know, that was the end of all of those verses. You know, and sometimes you get rusty with these scriptures, but this is what we're supposed to do. Learn our holy tongue.
Right.
Learn our Lashon Kodash. And I start, when you read so much of this, eventually you start understanding it. You know what Yayan means. You know what Mashah means. You know what Yasha'ala, Yahweh, La Yahweh, Laharan. Like you start learning the language because we'll eventually be speaking this language. The Most High. This how disgusting the Most High is with the earth, and we're not the earth, but with the world. And then in the kingdom to come, we're not even gonna be talking this language.
That's right.
We're not even gonna be speaking this heathen language, this heathen tongue. But it was possible for the stuff to get translated to now.
Right.
That's the Lord. With that,
imagine. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Shemiyah Shabarakayah.
Wapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the prayers in the Hebrew, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim,
Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwavka,
Malathwaka,
Daba'a,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Barataza,
Baharataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashemayim,
Bashamaya,
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Ka,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalakanawa,
Wasalaklanawa,
Kabawatnawa,
Kawawathnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawatinawa,
Kawawathinawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Dabayanawa,
go ahead,
Dabayanawa,
Tabayawanama, Tabayawanawa, Salakia. But I say one,
Abal,
a ball,
Awashanawa,
Habashanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalahwa,
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala, Salakia,
Wa'atapara,
Wahatapara,
Walamim,
La Walamyam,
Aman.
Ama in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name,
Hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
That will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So like
Go ahead. Go ahead, Al.
this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
Baba Kusha,
Baba Kushah,
the thunder now,
Nathalanawa,
Hakak,
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 Larapa'ah,
Rapa'ah,
Kal Makala,
Kawakala,
Wakal Marawa,
Wakal Marawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazariah,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lahakwim,
Lahaquium,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Al-Rakawath,
Arakawath,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Ba'ashem Yahushua,
Ba'ashim Yahushua,
the water
the water Ama in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
the
Yahushua,
name of Yahushua,
please
please
give us the power,
give us the
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of
all
sickness
manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the
the
leper,
power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean
to
spirits,
cast them out.
cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Mutazab Ya'ah.
Mataza Biya'ah.
Alawab Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawab.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Saranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam.
Ha Quatazayanyam.
Ha Koyoyoyam.
Ha Koyoyoyam.
Wa Ha Aquatim.
Wa Hagwathium.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
The water of
The water Ama. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the
And
angels.
the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahariam.
Ahaharium.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isariah.
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 Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratiza.
Waharatiza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Ragalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makaurai,
Makaurai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Avnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaathka,
Tazaathka,
Wabawaaka,
Wabawaaka,
Mayatha,
Ma'atha.
Wa'aidai
Why I
Willam.
will learn him in English. I will lift up mine
I will
eyes
lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
to the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasha'Allah
that keepeth Yasha
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve
from
thee
all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in
thy coming in
from this time
from
forth
this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. This is Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Dakarash,
Al Takarash,
Wa Al Dashakwat,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabika,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Aimaka,
Al Imaka,
Ya'arayamwa,
Yawayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Wa'aitazawa,
Wa'itazawa,
Al Tazapawanya,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amawa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Walaa,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'aitazawa,
Aitazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Ayaka,
Baryath,
Bariah,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahawya,
Ahawya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashimai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawaaba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wayamawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wayamalak,
Palashath, I'm Yeshabia,
Yashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gamashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Aiman,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha Laham,
Ashalaham,
Kamadian,
Kamadium,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabium,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashwan,
Quayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan Da'ara,
Bayanda Ra,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nadaya Mawab,
Nadaya Moab,
Ka'irab,
Kayarab,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Manai,
Kal Nasa Yakamwa,
Kanasa Yakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarusha,
Dayarisha,
Lanawa,
Ladawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Nayawath,
Nawath,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahayah,
Alahayam,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kagwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Lapanya Ravaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba Ira Yaira,
Tabaira Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wahakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayan,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradatma,
Tabadatma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Malaan,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakapawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadawa,
Wayadawa,
Kaya Atha,
Kaya Atha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Al-Kahara,
Al-Kahara, in English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. For they had consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab,
and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Seba and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah.
How about Shem Yahshua Barakatah?
Yajim Tah, class dismissed.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Tune in over the week for our scripture breakdown classes, our law class, brotherhood class, and we're back again here on Saturday for the Sabbath. With that, shalom. What is the address here?
1539 Northridge Avenue.
Come check us out. Come join your brothers in this fight for the freedom of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.